Hey there, my name is Bennett Babu, and today I'll be taking you through a presentation on artificial skin, specifically bioprinting for the treatment of burns. This presentation will be broken into 5 sections: layers of the skin, what happens in the burns, skin grafting as a treatment, bioprinting artificial skin, and how it can improve patient lives. So our skin has many functions. It's the first line of defense against any bacterial invaders. It's stretchy, it's waterproof, it regulates heat by sweating. It gives us a sense of hot and cold. It has many properties, and on top of that, it's self-healing to an extent. Okay, I came across this topic through an article. Living skin can now be 3D printed with blood vessels, and that led me to this article, which gave me all this information. Our skin has 3 layers, 3 main layers. We have the epidermis, the dermis, and the hypodermis. Epidermis is our waterproof layer. The dermis is that stretchy, strong layer, and the hypodermis is the foundation. Okay. Epidermis here, we can see 5 layers. I won't speak much about that. Okay, we have the dermis here. The dermis has many cells. We have and parts that make it up. We have the hair cells, the muscle cells which hold it up. We have the nerve endings for hot and cold and pain. We have the sweat glands. We have a lot of vasculature giving it blood supply. It's indispensable. And when we have wounds, when we are wounded, what the dermis does is that, of course, it starts bleeding into that area, fills it up, it clots it, then inflammation sets in which the capillaries nearby open up, or like give the white blood cells and immune agents some space so they can go into that site and clean it up. Next, the cells divide. Fibroblasts come in, and they kind of repair everything. They proliferate into that area and try to remodel that area to the original integrity, the original structure. Okay. What happens with burns is that it destroys either one or all of those layers. So that's not there to help the healing anymore. Okay. The dermis is made up of these fibers which help that elasticity, as I said before. They're meshed together like in a basket weave formation. What happens after burns or scarring is that basket weave formation becomes parallel, or it's mostly directed. So it compromises the integrity of the skin. That's one of the drawbacks of skin grafting and all of that. The dermis is not as strong. Went through that. So these are the advantages and disadvantages. Skin grafting immediately reduces morbidity, and it's a very useful tool for us. And it reduces the risk of infection by covering it up. If the area is too large, we use partial thin. We use split thickness, where we just take a part of the epidermis and dermis. Or if the area is small, we'd use a full thickness. Okay. Disadvantages are reduced innervation, inferior tensile strength because of that misalignment of the collagen fibers, reduction or elimination of the sweat because they reside in the dermis and you just burnt it off, and possibly with split thickness, you're cutting off the sweat glands. It's not going to regenerate completely. And we have a non-homogeneous appearance. If you take it from one part, another part of your body, the colors can be different, and this really affects patients, especially if they're kids. You want their aesthetics to be, you want the aesthetics of a burn not to be that not aesthetic, because it affects them psychologically. So this is what grafting looks like. These are the major areas. As I said before, it's unfeasible if it's a large area to take a full thickness skin graft. That just leads to more complications, increased morbidity. Partial thickness, split thickness graphs don't have that innovation. So we're trying to develop technologies to replace those. That leads me to bioprinting. How bioprinting works, just look at the inkjet bioprinting here, is that we have bio ink, and we lay down the layers of the skin one by one. So we have 10 to 20 cells that are laid down. We lay down the hypodermis cells, fibroblast cells, and then the epidermis cells. This has a lot of this has huge implications for the medical field. If this technology is advanced, then we could have possibly in the future completely functioning skin that you can feel, that is not papery, that still retains that ability to sweat, and the texture is the same. That would be a great improvement. Thank you.